Good morning, Facebook. I am super excited to be back. I took a vacation and I was kind of not working for about a week and a half, and it feels really awesome to be back. It's Monday morning and I was excited to wake up this morning and just get back into it. So I figured, let me make a quick video while I am making my Bulletproof Coffee. I'm sure a lot of people have questions about Bulletproof Coffee. You've probably heard a lot of people talking about it. And it's sort of like a lot of people are following a keto lifestyle or a keto diet recently. I've been seeing that a lot. So I figured, why not come on live while I'm making it. It's normally the first thing that I make in the morning. So I figured, why not come in live and film myself making the Bulletproof Coffee. So I did want to put out one caveat, because I don't normally do butter in mine. So I'm going to tell you first what's in a Bulletproof Coffee. And it consists of French press coffee. And the reason why you use a French press is because you just want to use anything that doesn't have a filter, because you don't want to filter out some of the oils that naturally occur in coffee, and you kind of can see that on the top of the coffee. So I use French press coffee. Hey guys, tell me if you're on live, because I can't see you guys coming on. Hey Marge, how are you? So again, I use French press coffee. I like La Colombe coffee. It's really high quality. Yes, the quality of your coffee makes a huge difference. If you're buying like junk coffee, it's just different. Like as in anything else that you buy, like if it's grown in not good soil or processed in not good ways, it's not gonna like do what you want it to do for your body. So I buy really high quality coffee. The other thing about using a French press is, so you're not filtering out some of those oils. So a lot of times if you go to use like cheap coffee in a French press, it's going to taste super bitter. But with La Colombe, and I'm sure, I don't know, everyone has like their own thoughts on coffee and what brands they use, but with La Colombe, like it is not bitter at all. It's my favorite coffee. So the French press coffee, you're going to put in 1 to 2 tablespoons of brain octane. So I just started using this a few weeks ago, and that's one of the reasons why I've been doing this consistently since then. For those of you that don't know, I suffer with, I have candida, and I have a lot of brain fog issues because of that. So I try to, find whatever hacks or whatever products that help with reversing candida and or some of the symptoms that come along with that. And I know a lot of you also suffer from a lot of symptoms. Hey, I can't see who just like that. But I know a lot of you guys also suffer from symptoms that are similar to that. Maybe you have autoimmune deficiencies or not, like an autoimmune issue. Maybe you have like fibromyalgia or just super low energy or hormonal imbalance or anything that can be some type of autoimmune disorder. So it's 1 to 2 tablespoons of brain octane inside of the coffee. So I'll start making it as I'm chit-chatting, as long as you guys can hear me. I'm going to pour about a cup of coffee, a tablespoon of the brain octane. Again, this is different than just using regular coconut oil. And the person who created this, it's part of the whole like Bulletproof brand. But the person who created this explained it that it's different than just using regular coconut oil, in that it's composed of like a more specific or like special type of MCTs, which are medium chain triglycerides. that are derived from coconut oil, but like this guy mentions that, again, just like coffee, all coffee isn't created equal, that all MCT oils are not created equal. So again, you don't want to just like waste money sometimes on stuff that might not even work. The other thing is, so again, this is new to me. I'm giving it a shot this week. 2 weeks ago when I started using this, I wasn't using the butter, the grass-fed butter or ghee. But today I'm going to try some ghee because it's the only thing that I have not salted. Again, you don't want to use a salted grass-fed butter because it won't taste very good in your coffee. So I'm going to use some ghee today and see if I like that or not. I don't know if I'm going to love it. I'm not a butter person because I don't actually like the taste of it. I'll put it on things that I won't taste it in. Like I'll use a lot of butter in my eggs, or if I'm cooking a steak, I'll use a lot of butter because I don't really taste it in there. So I'm adding that in, and then I'm just going to blend it up. So I'll blend it up really quickly so you guys can see that it comes out very foamy. And as you can see, it's already changing the color. Made it like a nice caramel color, and there's a little bit of foam on top, and you can see it almost comes out like I'm gonna say like a latte-ish. You can see that it's foamy on the top. It's got a nice little color to it, but I wanted to talk about first. I'm gonna taste it with the butter. I actually don't notice a difference compared to how I've been taking it for the last 2 weeks. But the whole reason you're hearing a lot, Marge. Oh, Marge is asking, you love your morning coffee. Does this drink give you a nice sweetness? It does naturally. So it's not bitter at all. And for me, because the whole idea of it is to not add any sweeteners to it. And it actually, for me, I can drink it plain without any sweetener, which normally, like if I go out for coffee and then just serve, like a restaurant just serving you a regular coffee with cream, I have to add like a half packet of raw sugar into it. For me to be able to like typically get that down, unless it's a really, like I said, like La Colombe coffee I can do unsweetened because it's not bitter at all. I know like a lot of people, the whole nitro blend of coffees is really popular right now. You're seeing a lot of companies that have, they're putting their cold pressed coffee, like their iced coffee especially, through a nitrous oxide type of machine that causes it to kind of naturally foam up and kind of do what we just did in the blender. Like I guess I don't know if it aerates it. I don't know the technology of what it actually does to it, but it makes it kind of take the bitterness away and give it like a nicer texture. So that's really cool that we can now get like better quality coffee. But the whole idea around this is that like the person who created this, it was really about having sustained energy. So a lot of us, start our day with maybe like a hearty breakfast and a cup of coffee, and then we're finding ourselves like an hour or two later, we're already crashing. So the idea of Bulletproof Coffee is that you're not going to have those spikes in your blood sugar, and also the fat is going to slow down the absorption of the carbohydrates, which keep your blood sugar levels under control and balanced. And that's what also balances out your hormones and reduces inflammation in the body. So again, that it also, well, it's going to suppress your hunger as well. So I had a friend staying with me the week before when I started doing this, and she kept asking me, like, why are you not eating? And I'm like, oh, sometimes like I start working for the day, I'm drinking my coffee, and like 2 or 3 hours goes by, and I didn't even have my breakfast yet. And she was like, you're not eating enough. Well, what I've noticed is that yes, it does suppress your hunger a little bit, because you're feeding your body with a lot of fats, which keep you like at a nice sustained energy level for a while. And typically for me, that works better for my schedule most days, because I like to have my coffee in the morning, and then right before I leave, typically like an hour to an hour and a half before I'm teaching a class, have like a small breakfast. And that allows me again to have like sustained energy where I'm not like too full, and I'm not like, because I don't want to go teach a class and be like overly full, because then I don't feel like I have a lot of energy. So again, suppressed hunger. And then mental clarity is one of the other benefits. Again, like I said, the brain octane stuff is an awesome product so far. It also has caprylic MCT, and I hope I'm saying that right, but caprylic acids or oils are, they're actually something that also fights off candida. So one of the reasons why, like when I found this product, I was like, I have to try this, is because it's really, for me, more of an antifungal, and you're not supposed to have coffee when you're dealing with a candida issue, so it kind of allows me to, I love coffee, I'm very passionate about coffee, so it allows me to have that. Hey Melissa! So mental clarity. So this brain octane stuff, it helps the body, it converts to ketones, which is a molecule that helps your brain work more efficiently, or more or less gives your brain the energy rather than like the carbs and sugars. So if you know like how your brain works, like we eat something, typically when we get energy from carbs or sugar, you have that like, it's almost like that big spike, and then you kind of crash again. So ketones are the molecules that actually help you for that sustained energy. And again, I talk a lot about things on a cellular level, because when I do a lot of my research, when you're trying to heal the body or heal the gut, and just become healthier, everything is on a cellular level. The next benefit I want to talk about was performance. Because I noticed a big difference in how I was performing when I'm working out, with endurance. That's something that I struggle with, is having a lot of endurance, especially cardio endurance. So I can lift weights all day and feel like I have enough energy for that. But where I struggle sometimes is with cardio endurance, and I noticed teaching my classes 2 weeks ago when I started doing this, I started noticing like I felt like again that I had that like more sustained energy, and I wasn't like feeling as fatigued by the end of the class or as sore, which I know following I know a lot of people who follow either a keto diet or lifestyle or a paleo diet or lifestyle. That's the one thing that they tell me, is that like they feel like they have less inflammation and they recover quicker and don't feel as sore. So that's really awesome. So as I use it this week, I'm going to kind of keep an eye on that, because that's very important to me. So performance, and then fat burning. So I know a lot of people are under the impression that if you eat a lot of fat, that will make you fat, but it really isn't. It really isn't true. The mixture of caffeine and the healthy fat of the brain octane and ghee will actually increase your metabolism and help you burn more fat. So I know a lot of people are following these different types of lifestyles like the keto and paleo, and just, you know, I'm not saying to do that. I actually don't follow a strict keto diet, or paleo. Maybe it's, I don't know what I would say I would follow, sort of like maybe a 80-20 paleo. I don't know. I don't know what to call what I follow, but you just have to figure out what works for you. I see a lot of people right now like jumping on a certain type of eating plan, like bandwagon, and you just have to realize like what it is, like think about what your goals are, what has worked for you or hasn't worked for you in the past, and whether or not, you know, just if you want to give something a try and try it out for a few weeks and see if you like it or not. If it feels good to you and it feels natural, like it's not like you're not struggling, you don't feel like you're missing out on anything, then keep following it if your body feels good. But if something's not working for you, don't just follow a meal plan or follow a way of life because somebody is telling you that it worked for them. Listen, we're all individuals. It's called bioindividuality. What works for one person does not work for everybody. So just keep like figuring out what works for you. I found something that for me feels really good. So I'm like, all right, I want to keep giving it a shot and seeing where it goes, and kind of, you know, researching and figuring out what's gonna work for me, because I love having that. It's not just about, you know, for a lot of people like feeling full and feeling like, you know, but for me it's like the energy, because when you are when you're dealing with gut issues and you feel like you have really low energy and fatigue, chronic fatigue, and really the mental decreased mental clarity, like there's like nothing worse than that. So for me, I'm really trying to work on those things, and here I am, I'm noticing other benefits. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. If you have any questions with it, feel free to reach out. I'll help answer any questions, or if you need help with, you know, ruling out, just figuring out maybe what type of meal plan might work best for you. Reach out and I can help you kind of narrow down some choices and figure out what would work best for your lifestyle. All right, guys, I'll catch you in a few days. Bye.